everyone, welcome to another Music Talk Tuesday, and today I'll be able to upload this video on time. So all of those who stay tuned for my music talks, you'll be getting your music talk on time. Some of the other videos had to be uploaded late today because I have unfortunately been not feeling well lately, and due to other plans and things of that nature, I've had to put off making videos. But now I should be right on track to finishing up and being where I need to be for each day of videos. And this is the last one, so yay! I made 4 videos all in one day. I feel so accomplished. Or at least I try to feel accomplished. Now, for this Music Talk Tuesday, I thought it would be interesting to dive in something a little bit more negative this time around, because I've kind of went over some of the songs that I find to be enjoyable around Hanukkah, and some songs that I find to be painful in how they sound. This is a more painful in the repetitive nature of the songs, and as you can see by the title of this video, they're the most overplayed as well, because I'm going to talk about the Christmas/holiday songs that I find to be the most overplayed, or the most overplayed holiday songs. I'm sure everyone's got their gripes with a lot of these Christmas songs, since they're played constantly and nailed in our brain for the rest of eternity. I totally understand that. And I'll admit, I do like some Christmas songs. I do like some popular ones. But there are certain ones that I think do grind my gears a little bit, because I think they're just way too overhyped for the Christmas songs that they are, and I think they're way overplayed, and they don't really need to be emphasized on Christmas, I think, all that much for what they are. And they're also not really bizarre necessarily either. These ones are just kind of, I just think they've been played too much, and when you hear them over and over again, it just bothers you. And these are the ones that bother me. I'm sure everybody's got their own list of songs, and I'd be more than happy to hear you out on those. But I'm going to talk about some songs that I think are completely overexposed, and just I could listen to Christmas without them. Let's talk about the first one, being the 12 Days of Christmas. Oh yes, this song. This song is really repetitive. On the 12 days of Christmas, blah 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 da da da, blah 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 la 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 la. Like, that's how it plays out. And every time I'm just like, okay, this just gets more annoying than the last time I've heard the song. But I mean, some versions can, I think, at least provide something a little bit interesting. Like, there's one rock band group who did a version of it a couple years ago, and I think roughly a couple of years ago, I mean like the early 2000s, and they actually did an okay job with it, because it sort of made sense to have it within that genre. But overall, the song has been way too much ingrained, I think, within commercials, with the whole idea of commercialism within Christmas. I think this song really emphasizes it, especially when it's emphasizing things that you should buy, or things that, you know, you should have on Christmas. You know, again, it just brings out the genericness, and sort of randomness, I think, associated with Christmas. Although I do like the original lyrics for sort of their cultural, I guess you could say, implications during the time the song was probably written. But as far as a song is concerned, in regards to its instrumentals, it's just constant. Why do I want to listen to that on Christmas? Like, why do I want to listen to that? It's really overused. It's too overhyped, and it makes you feel like you're in a rush all the time. Like, ooh, I have to rush and buy stuff for people, and woo, I have to go. I mean, nobody wants to feel like that on in the holiday, even though we have to feel that way. Nobody wants to have that feeling. So I think this song should kind of go under the rug for some time. Maybe just to stay there for a while and see if, you know, we suddenly feel the need to have this song. But I think personally this song can be downplayed significantly during this time of year, especially commercials who try to do it. Please, marketing departments, please don't make those commercials. Don't try to stoop to 12 Days of Christmas level. You know you're better than that. Just don't do it. It's just, oh, I just can't stand it for that reason. So yeah, it's one that's, I think, way overset its welcome and is way too overhyped for what it is. I don't think it's that good of a Christmas song. There's so much other good Christmas songs out there, and this one just being reiterated constantly, I think is just not worthy of recognition. So that's all I can say about that song, though. That's just mindless jibber jabber. At least from what I can tell whenever I listen to the song. It's always sorry if I did a really weird voice there, but you know, it just sounds repetitive. It sounds obnoxious once you hear it over and over again. So yeah, I think under my computer, under my couch, it should go. But that's all I think I can say about it. Caroling. Oh yeah, this song. This song is just unbelievably, just ding dong, Christmas bells are ringing, caroling, it's so obnoxious. We have to sing this song constantly. Oh, it's just I'm sorry if I went into like the Sound of Music there, but they do kind of sound a little similar. So, oh, why did I do that? But anyway, this is just beyond just caroling. Just it has that similar repetitive nature to 12 Days of Christmas. Yes, it's there. I just think the choice of like putting ringing, you know, having you to sing ringing, it just doesn't come off as nice. It doesn't sound as pleasant when you're singing caroling, Christmas bells are ringing. You know, it just doesn't sound nice. It doesn't sound pleasant. Its instrumentals are again fairly standard, run-of-the-mill. They're not really all that interesting. It's just one big blah, 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 blah. We're just blah, blah, blahing. That's all it does throughout the entire song, and I honestly don't see any huge value to it. It's just one of those standard Christmas songs that, again, it doesn't have a lot going for it instrumentally. It doesn't have a lot going for it lyrically. It's just there to exist. And Lily, you don't really need to sing even about a song about caroling. We know caroling happens on Christmas. We've been exposed to this. You don't need to have a title of a song be caroling. We know as an audience that caroling happens on Christmas. You could put that within the song, but you don't need to make that the title of the song and really the focus of the song. And again, there's not a whole lot to it that really brings out the joy. It just brings out the genericness. Sort of similar to 12 Days of Christmas, where again I feel like it's very generic. This one is generic in a way to where, again, it is slower in regards to tempo, but it's still obnoxious. Like just caroling down, It's just it just bothers me. It's again, it's a little bit less obnoxious, but it still has that kind of annoyance factor to it, especially when you hear it constantly. Like this can go under the rug for some time. Like I think this can literally just go under. You don't need it for a while. Just not worthy of praise, at least a significant amount of praise, at least in my opinion. But I think that's really ultimately all I can say about it without pulling my hair out and closing my ears to the point where I no longer want to hear the sound of Christmas ever again. So yeah, I mean it's just one of those things where you go, really, this is one of the standouts. This is okay. This compares to White Christmas, like this compares to Winter Wonderland, where we have like really good interpretations, and then this is just the standard caroling. Yeah. Okay. Just not a whole lot to offer. I think it's way overplayed. We don't need it. Put it on their bus, another another rug, under the couch, wherever. Not worthy, at least in my opinion. Oh, let's talk about a pop song now. Oh yes, who doesn't love pop songs, especially generic ones? Like Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's oh my gosh, this is like pop on a whole nother level. It's very, very bland and cheesy. Like this is like cheese upon cheese of what you could have for a Christmas song. Instrumentally, there's not a whole lot going for it. I mean, to me, it just sounds like, some kind of pop music mixed in with Christmas and trying to incorporate Christmas in it. Like there's like some bells, kind of like what Justin Bieber's trying to do. Although I'll admit this song is not as of a low standard as Justin Bieber's song. But at the same time, I think it's way overhyped for what it is. Like I hear this song constantly being played around Christmas time. People seem to think that this is the brand new, Christmas song because Mariah Carey made it, and I'm like, no, it's not. At least in my opinion. I mean, I think it's just way over. I think just because you try to do something new with a Christmas song doesn't really make it original. I mean, yes, it makes it an original song, but I don't think that makes the quality any better. I know it's sort of. I think Mariah Carey has a good voice. I mean, I think that she does a good job as a singer. I'm not saying that she is a bad talent, but I'm saying that I think the song that she chose to make is not as it's not a standout, at least in my opinion. I think it kind of downplays her portion of it, especially when we have all of these backgrounds that are trying to emphasize the pop generic Christmas music that we hear, I think, constantly. And this is one of them. This is, I think, really one of the big ones that people seem to hear constantly over and over again. And, all can I do? All I want for Christmas is you. It's just kind of, it's just kind of overplayed in that cheesy factor. And I think that's why it sort of bothers me to listen to it over and over again. So, yeah, one that I think is way overplayed. But I think that's really all I can say about it without doing a really, really angry, grumpy cat face. So the second to last one that I want to briefly mention is Last Christmas gave you my heart. You know, I heard the Taylor Swift version. I'm like, oh my gosh, this so suits her. My lord. Wow, she finally came out with one. She finally came out with a version of Last Christmas. I was thinking to myself, if there were any artists that were able to provide us a Last Christmas song, it would be her. Because literally, it's about last Christmas and how somebody broke her heart. And then the very next day, she gave it away. Or somebody gave it away from her. And then the next year, she's going to give it to someone special. Because she's a cool girl. So that's... And I'm not just saying her version. I mean, the original version that I believe was done, I think in the 80s from some band. I can't remember their name. But this version has that cheesy pop level too. Cheesy 80s, cheesy generic pop of today. It's the same thing. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you know, it has that standard cheese of the 80s, especially when you listen to the 80s version. My God, it's just like da 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 da. You know, it really does sound like something that would come from that decade when you listen to that version. When you listen to the Taylor Swift version, you're like, oh, this is the Taylor Swift version. But I think the problem that I have with this song is sort of similar to what I have a problem with the Mariah Carey song, and that I think it is a little bit too on the generic side. It doesn't hold up, I think, in that same regard as some other Christmas songs that have discussed love or different concepts that are sort of similar to what this song kind of goes over. Like, I honestly think that it's just way too thrown out there, and they try to make us take it so seriously, but at the same time, they make it so generically cheesy that it's hard to, because, I mean, you're talking about somebody getting their heart hurt on Christmas. That's totally not cool, and that's totally not fun. Like, you don't want to, like, make it, like, cheesy 80s. Like, you just don't want to do it. So I think it's very off-putting. With the Mariah Carey song, you totally understand why it is what it is. But with this song, I kind of don't understand why it is what it is. Because it's kind of just, I think it just downplays the whole concept it's trying to talk about. And I think it does it in a very cheesy, kind of more generic way. And it's not as fun to listen to the first time as it is countless other times every year. So yeah, I just think it holds into that generic box, and complete put on file as one of the more, I think, just songs that I don't want to listen to. Okay, last song. The last song I want to address is a little bit more of a more traditional one, like Caroling, but it just annoys the heck out of me, and that is, Do You Hear What I Hear? Again, stupid title. Like, why did the title need to be, Do You Hear What I Hear? Like, and because it changes the lyrics to Do you know what I know? Do you know what I know? You know, and the echoing is annoying. The whole kind of generic approach that they take with the song, I just don't, or the whole just genericness of the song, I just think doesn't suit it well. Especially when you have kind of the way it is addressed and the way that it's addressed, like with its instrumentals. Do you hear what I hear? Do 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 do. You know, it's just do 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 do. You know, it's kind of it just doesn't it just doesn't stand out like something like, it doesn't have the nice quietness and peace like Silent Night does. It doesn't have the you know, the kind of glory, happy filled, hallelujah aspect, like hark the herald the angels sing. You know, it doesn't have anything that a lot of the other traditional Christmas songs do have, and I think that is the reason why I think it has been completely overblown for what it is. It doesn't really offer anything, I think, emotionally that I would connect with. Like, again, that's why I think it's just a lot of these songs, they don't connect with me like on an emotional level. They don't get me invested in the holiday, really. So I think that's more of a broader reason, but I think with this one in particular, it just bothers me for how its lyrics approach itself with the instrumentals, and by the fact that, again, it is trying to address something that's sort of really a part of the foundation of Christmas, but then it can't even do it, I think, in a way that makes it memorable. Um, so yeah, I think it's just one of those songs where I don't want to hear what you're hearing. I just want the song to go away and not be heard by my ears anymore. But I think ultimately that's really all I can say about these songs. I will not put them in the description so you can avoid them at all costs. But if you wish to look them up and enjoy them for your viewing pleasure, you are more than welcome to do so. But I think that's really ultimately all I can say. But again, if there are any questions, comments, concerns, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a pleasant day, week, month, and year. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.